I'll explain why I'm showing this to you momentarily.
Frankly, it's tiring to look out at combat formations, or really any formation, and see fat troops. Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon.
You can't handle the truth.
Now, why would I show you that? Well, this is one of the typical RCMP officers. And we also have a picture, of course, if you looked at our thumbnail this morning, picture of the CFIA agent in about the same physical shape. So I think maybe they should be renewed emphasis on physical fitness in the RCMP. Clearly, there's something wrong here. And of course, somebody was put this up on X as it and joked, are the RCMP eating the ostriches? I guess it certainly appears that people are putting on weight during this operation. But here's what I think is really the pièce de résistance to the show here. And we put this together based on 3 different videos that I received from supporters at the farm. This is dynamite. And we're going to be putting all of this together. Of course, I think we've conclusively proven that the CFIA is moving waste from the farm to a transfer site at a gravel pit that the RCMP has literally taken over, occupied. They're moving it to Super Save, which is a business in town where it's mixed in with their trash and compacted. Then it's shipped out to one of 4 different landfill sites. And for some reason, we can't substantiate yet where it's going, how it's being unloaded. But the CFIA can't have it both ways. Either this waste is toxic and it shouldn't be sent out to the local landfill site, or this waste is not toxic and the CFI knows they're lying about the health of these ostriches. You can't have it both ways. But I tell you, folks, that's just the beginning of what's going on here. This is shocking. And the question I have, the CFI needs to own up to what it's doing to these ostriches on a daily basis. What is happening to these ostriches? Because clearly, they're not telling us the whole truth. They're doing things in clandestine operations. They're secretly doing things at night. People are hearing strange noises. And this video documents all that. What's happening at night? What are they doing to the ostriches? And if they don't want people to speculate about what's happening to those ostriches, try to be a little transparent about your operation, but they're not. They're doing everything in secret because they have their own agenda and they don't think they have to obey the orders of the Supreme Court. Clearly, they are up to something very nefarious here. Now, watch this video. This is shocking in terms of what we think, what we believe is happening on this farm. We cannot conclusively prove it, but the CFIA doesn't want anybody to verify it or not. They want to continue their operations in secret. This video, I think, says it all. It's 6 minutes long, but watch all of it, please, because this is what's happening.
Katie, you recording?
Yes. What is happening at 3 a.m. here? For a family.
That's it.
Sir,
I'm not going to engage in a big crowd of questions and all that stuff. Okay? I tried to answer your questions respectfully.
Well, I want to know.
I'm not going to engage in
I want to know why you were blocking me from following the van that was exiting Mark's property.
yeah, let
Just a second.
what is going on?
Police escort in front. That's what the big bright light is. And a cattle liner is getting the police escort out. It went in and now it's coming out. You have to ask yourself, what are they moving? What are they moving at 2 a.m, guys? 2:22 in the morning. With a police escort. And why do we have 4 cruisers right now trying to blind us so we can't see? What are they trying to hide, guys? What are they doing in the cover of night? This is our police and our government doing this, guys. This is unheard of. I've never seen anything like this. This level of corruption. Like you can't really see it in the camera, but I can barely see. It's like they're spotlighting us. Yeah, look at this. They're doing everything so we can't see, but we can still see. They're hidden works of darkness are coming to light. We see you. What's in that truck, people? You have to ask yourself, what's in that truck?
Evidently, it's okay to, at 2:30, 3 o'clock, bring in semis and semis down a highway, drones with spotlights, and drop off porta potties.
It seemed like more RCMP presence.
Yeah,
Trucks moved in. There was equipment moving over there
yeah.
at the back. Another truck came in.
Only one truck.
Only one truck?
Yeah.
In total?
Yes. There's a pumper truck that just stayed up there and pumped out by
Okay, that would
the
be
fire hall. Yeah. And then the pumper truck, they stayed basically there at that the outhouse porta potty.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other van, we escorted in and they got 2 porta potties. That's it. You can see one.
Like the 5th, maybe the 8th time I've heard this, but last night there wasn't a sound. Nobody's generators were going. There was nothing making noise except their 2 big generators that they have running their lights out in the field. So about 5 this morning, the only thing I could compare this to, which it's very similar sound, only on a way more exaggerated scale. What it sounded like was if you had a blender and you had it, say, a bunch of maybe cut up steaks or even like a roast or something. Yeah. You put in there, the way the blender fights, like really fought. Yeah. When it started, it freaked me out so fucking bad. I had my phone in my back pocket. Yeah, I didn't want to hear it either, Blake. It was fucking horrid, man.
I think it's the trucks come down the mountain.
No, dear. Nope. This is the 5th time I've heard this. Yeah. And it comes from the bend. I've been in different positions.
Yeah, I haven't heard from anything yet.
Okay, well, I've been in different positions. I could tell you exactly where it's coming from.
Call me next. Do you have my number?
I'll
get it after.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go to
the sound to me sounded like a grinder. Like the type you would have on your counter, only something that's like, I don't know, I'm guessing maybe 6 or 8 feet across or something, like huge. And the sound was a real loud grinding sound, like, like really loud. And hard grinding, getting softer, but it's still hard. Then it stopped. And then it got softer. But it was still a bad grinding noise, man. It did that 4 times. And the 4th time, the chunk wasn't there. Now it was like it had turned everything to liquid. Then it stopped. And the whole thing probably took, I don't know, I'm guessing 20, 30 seconds or whatever it took me for time to get my phone out, to get it to where I could video something. And just when I was hitting video, that's when it stopped and it never came back on. That's the 5th time I've heard that sound.
Well, I'll come back to this video in a second, but here is an eyewitness. This is recorded in the tent where they have meals. And my thank you to it's Agent Blue Sky or Agent Blusky. I'm not sure how he's pronouncing it. We're going to try to get him on the show later in the week. He has provided so much information to me this week. And thank you for having the courage to do this, because a lot of these people are emailing me every night and they're saying, we're scared. Please don't use my name, because we know there's something going on here that's very frightening. And what you're seeing here is potentially evidence of something that is scandalous. Now, if anybody out there has got more evidence, has got the sound recorded of this massive blender, we need to answer the question, are these ostriches being literally pulverized into liquid? And we'll have more about that process after we finish this video. But that's the question we need to know. And what are they doing with the byproducts? Are they just dumping it on the farm? Are they trying to destroy this farm completely? 58 acres. I spoke yesterday to the guy who looks after the security for the farm, and he confirmed that now 58 acres. The pen itself, the death pen, is at least half of that. Probably smaller. Are they trying to destroy this farm? Obviously, I think the answer is yes. Let's have a bit more of this.
We're gaining more and more affidavits from people signing things that they're hearing. And like they say that, it sounds like something's going into a grinder. And yeah, in the middle of the night. And,
there's a white box at the back corner.
They've heard they use this many times in disposal sites where for chickens and that, and they have some kind of chemical that they put them in first, and it eats all the feathers, it eats the meat and everything. And then they're left with the bones, and they have to do something with that. So then they go into this grinder, which everybody's saying this is exactly what it sounds like.
And then they 30 to 4:30 in the morning. Like
and then they had someone sucking it out, and they took pictures and everything. But they said it was like a septic truck sucking it out, and you could hear things tinging in it. So it was like something. It's not sewage by no means. We're gaining more and more affidavits from people.
Now, before I go into more of what this process could be and what this equipment could be, I just want to show a bit of this. I got this late last night. This is filmed by a couple of supporters on the farm. And just listen to what they're reporting here.
Shelley, are you still recording? Do you know Jordan's number? Yep. Okay. And come over by me. Oh crap. I don't know. Whose number do you have?
Nobody.
Call your husband. Call your husband and ask him to ask Alan to have Jordan call you. Okay, look out, because they jabbed this hen with something and they're following her. Okay. Like, I need Jordan up here again.
Okay.
Do you have Katie's number?
No.
Oh, god damn.
I don't have anybody.
Anyway, that gives you a pretty good idea of what people are filming this. The ostriches are being jabbed with something. What are they being jabbed with? What's going on? And what on earth is this massive blender that has been brought on scene? What is the process it's trying to achieve? There's another shot of it being taken onto the farm. What the hell do they need that for? What is the CFIA supposed to be doing with these ostriches until the Supreme Court comes back with a decision on whether to hear the appeal or not? They're supposed to be taking care of the ostriches. The literal word is custody. They're supposed to be feeding the ostriches, giving the ostriches water, and making sure they have bedding. We're not sure they're getting any of this, but they're apparently very, very busy. And they're not obviously spending a lot of time feeding these ostriches or looking after them. So what are they doing at night? What's going on? This is the vacuum trailer and skid. This is what you just saw in that picture. There's the picture again. That's what it is. To dispose of liquid waste. There it is again. This is a massive blender. Now, what could be going on here is a process that I have never heard of in my life. Water cremation. Instead of burning carcasses, bodies, remains, they're being ground up and destroyed through a water process. And here's the definition of it. And this will be in the you are interested in following this up. Body disposal through alkaline hydrolysis involves placing the intact dead body in a pressurized vessel. The vessel is then filled with a mixture of water and potassium hydroxide. It is heated to a temperature of around 160 degrees Celsius while under elevated pressure to prevent boiling. The entire process effectively breaks down the body into its chemical components until all that remains are the solid bones remains. This is what Karen Espersen, Katie's mother, was talking about. Now, this will be in the description as well. I don't expect you to be able to read this. I'm going to read a little bit of it. This is from a 2017 abstract about anaerobic digestion and alkaline hydrolysis for the biosecure disposal of poultry carcass mortalities and renewable energy production. So in other words, it's about disposing of chickens or other birds. And this thesis investigates the use of anaerobic digestion and alkaline hydrolysis in order to manage poultry mortalities and other deaths. They're euphemism after euphemism, and quantify the methane potential of the carcasses when anaerobically digested. Digestion trials were split into laboratory and pilot scale experiments using mesophilic 38 degrees Celsius bench top reactors and retrofitted 60-liter barrels using 2 operating temperatures and 3 loading rates. Laboratory scale trials showed that biogas production varied with chickens' age and size, while the pilot scale trials demonstrated a high methane production with over or just under 80% whole carcass reduction. I encourage you to read that whole thing. It's in the description. Here's the kill pen. Is this going to be a toxic waste disposal site? We need answers to these questions, folks. And we're not getting answers to any of these questions because the CFIA insists upon doing its dirty work in secret. And I had somebody send me this picture last night. This is the kill pen. There's no food and no water in this site. No food, no water, no bedding. And that's what's happening here. All right, we're back. Yeah, sorry for that. It's incredible what is going on at this farm. Now, so the question we have again at the end of this broadcast, 58 acres total for this farm. 330 maybe? I don't think there's that many. See if I can't count. So they're saying it's a range of 300 to 330. But of course, if these ostriches are healthy, there's no toxicity, is there? And that's another question the CFIA won't answer. But what are they trying to do to this farm? Is it going to be unusable in the future? And these are the questions that remain unanswered. Now, we have put a lot of information out there for you. We cannot prove any of this is going on, but what is going on at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning? What are these sounds, these blender sounds people are hearing? What is the CFI doing? Why won't they count the ostriches? Why won't they tell them how many are remaining? Are they injecting these ostriches with something toxic so they can demonstrate, oh, they had avian flu H5N1 after all? Because I've heard that coming from a lot of people. And I think we need to substantiate exactly what the CFIA is up to. So what should this farm do? Well, and this is one of the reasons we're having Agent Blue Sky on the show, hopefully this week, because he successfully got the government off his property. He successfully was able to do that through a civil action. So maybe that's what Universal Ostrich Farms needs to do. They need to today get a civil action going, a injunction. Let a judge establish an injunction to get the CFI off the farm now, and to see if a civil action can keep them off the farm. Because clearly, nothing is going to change if this continues unabated. And I think these remain the most pertinent questions to the story right now. And as I said, all of you viewers who are out there, I thank you for those of you who are corresponding with me. Your information is invaluable. If you've got further information about this blender, the noises even, we need to get that on the air so other people can hear what you and others at the farm are hearing. This is absolutely indispensable. And we're going to keep getting this information out there, even though it's making a lot of people in the federal government very uncomfortable. Because this is what we need to do. And I'm going to continue to research this, and we're going to put the links together. We're going to do that. We'll be right back after this word from the store. So I want to clarify my point about why disposing of 300 ostriches or even 200 ostriches, no matter what's remaining, on the killing pen, regardless of whether these ostriches are obviously healthy until the CFIA got a hold of them. But disposing of that many ostriches on a parcel of land, probably about maybe 15 acres, unless this is going to ruin the land, regardless of the health of the ostriches. This is the point. And if the CFI is allowed to get away with this, if they're not sued now, they should be sued later. Because this is absolutely getting to the point of beyond scandal. And this is why I continue to report this story, because I think it's important. And I'll say it again. It's not just about one farm. It's not about Katie and her family. It's not just about ostriches. It's about our rights as property owners, our rights as farmers. If you're a farmer, our rights to our livestock and our rights to our livelihood. I have to say that every day, because some people still say, don't bother with the story anymore because it's just about one farm. And I hope Katie will be in Kelowna tonight at a fundraising event talking about some of these issues. And encourage you to be there if you're in town. Thank you for watching today. We'll be back again tomorrow with more of this information as we continue to cover this crisis, this catastrophe in Edgewood, BC, and as we continue to document the crisis here in Ottawa, and as the federal government clearly has lost control of trade negotiations with the U.S. government. Thanks for watching. I'll be back again tomorrow. It's been a pleasure.